Hello YouTube! Welcome back to Coleford Plays Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. My name is Coleford, this is Danganronpa. Last we left off with the murder of one Sakura Ogami. We are back to avenge our girl. Yes, rip Leon, but not really though, yeah. Leon kind of a dick. Let's get loaded in. Okay. We have to remember even how to play the game. It's been forever since we played the game. No, we've not investigated yet. No investigation has taken place. All we did was literally find her body. We had to, so for people that missed out on Sakura's death, I think we heard a scream or we wandered up to the rec room floor and Aoi found her body, or found her motionless in the rec room. We had to smash a window to get in, I think. So we broke in. Oh, there's stuff everywhere. There's blood over there. Like a protein coffee there. We broke the window to get in. Okay. So let's start over on the right side of the room first, with the blood splatter. Kanzai! Welcome in, Kanzai, welcome in. It is a handsome streamer, I think. I don't know. If you're talking about me, maybe I'm handsome, I don't know. Okay, so we have a note. Some broken pieces of glass. The glass is all red. No, you got a new username. It's even your new username on Discord. Gotta call you by your fresh name. It's a fresh identity for you. Fresh life. Gotta respect what people want to call themselves. It's a Monokuma figure. Next, we'll investigate the body. Obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. So is that what killed her? Normally, I would have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma vial, she had also vomited blood. See traces of blood on her lips for sure. What would have caused her to vomit blood? Who knows? Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Is that possible? I don't think so. Yeah, not a chance.
That's fine.
Your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. The back of the head?
Naturally.
The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I agree with that. I mean, you'd be concussed, right? Can you, like, be vomiting blood because of a concussion? Some kind of wrapper.
Huh? Well...
It's a candy wrapper. Sakura is kind of... Why? Yeah. Okay. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the head injury is what's causing her to vomit blood. Shooty Refuty. Not the first person who's called it that before. What's up, Zuck Game? How you doing?
Cause, I mean...
Yeah, in one of the events before the murder, Genocide Jack attacks Hina in the kitchen area. Is there anything on the pool table? Is there anything on this table? Okay, it just wants me to talk to AOA.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. I think 'cause she was like defending Sakura, Brooke. They got in like an argument. Oh god, I hope my camera doesn't trip out. I saw the little flash. You see Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her, right here in the rec room. She said she left a note for each of them. Monokuma said Files that she died right around then. Okay, so that makes all three of them primary suspects, I guess. Doesn't whittle anyone down, but... This is what happened. Oh, she's talking about the murder. AOA's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. She'd asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same place and time she'd ended up dying. Might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay. So we'll go to Kyoko now.
However...
For Sakura to go down, she's not the type who'd go down without a fight.
It's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She's the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. How is the killer able to get the upper hand on her? Very good question. Did someone get the upper hand? Must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
So... how? I see a protein shake lying there. Like, could they have poisoned her? There was a bottle, too, like a medical bottle. It looked like a medicine bottle, at least. Hey, Jimmy, are you gonna die from that poisson? I have to practice doing it. I want to do it just like Kanzai does. Ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Byakuya is a big fat liar. Just like the movie.
Come on.
We already know Byakuya is a big fat liar. So I don't trust a word this guy says. Byakuya has stated before he wants to get in on the killing game too, and this would be a really easy way for him to get involved.
So...
Protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves the protein. When she mentioned more than once how good protein was for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. It's a protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. The Chem Lab had all sorts of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
That's strange.
Hey,
See what's scattered around the can? Shards of blue glass. There must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
So...
Huh. Now, what does that mean? Kyoko's pointing that out. I don't necessarily understand that clue. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. So, there was glass underneath the protein drink. Meaning the glass was already there, or the protein drink was lined up to be knocked over, but why? Why would the protein drink matter? Yeah, right? It's a truth bullet, so it has to be somewhat important. I can't remember in this game if there's a truth bullet so far that just hasn't been important. Like an unused truth bullet. There probably has been. I just can't recall one. But I feel like once it gets added to the truth bullet section of the handbook, it's just like, oh, it's one of these bottles. It's not a medicine bottle. It's one of these bottles up here. 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf with a Monokuma figure inside. Was the protein drink poisoned?
So...
But see, that's what I'm suspecting right now, is that they poisoned her. Someone poisoned her. But what does the clue mean that the glass is underneath it?
In other words...
Monokuma bottle, if you will. Like a ship in a bottle, but a Monokuma bottle. So there's 2 missing, it looks like. And 1 is shattered behind Sakura. I feel like I'm starting to get the sense of things little by little. Maybe Naegi is, but I'm sure not. To be perfectly honest here. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass probably started out as a bottle. So someone must have attacked her with a Monokuma bottle. Shards of glass in the Monokuma file, or the Monokuma figure, are evidence of that. Safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Concussed her from there, and then she died. Can I leave? So there's blood over by the magazine rack. Is there anything to do with the magazine rack? Is there anything going on? Nope. Already talked to both of them. Is there something to do with this chair? Chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. No evidence of any kind of string or mechanism used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. This door is the only way in and out of the rec room. Door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which have happened, of course, when I broke in to get inside. No evidence of any string or mechanism used in the door. In other words, don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. There's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that, so the killer must have created the lock room from the inside, not the outside. However, there wasn't anybody inside the rec room besides Sakura. So how did they set up the locked room scenario? Is my question. Need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. What am I missing? The clock? The time? It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So she died an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Still missing evidence. This thing? Oh, there's an open locker. With, like, white substance on the wall. Handprints?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
True.
Looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little extra something. So then maybe the killer hidden here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the people.
Wrong.
Fortunately, it's not a possibility.
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? The locker was already open at that point. Okay.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. So then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Think so for the most part.
So then,
Probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave, which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted me to meet with two other people. Sakura wanted to meet with two other people. I need to hear what they have to say. So let's go find Hiro and Toko. Where the hell could they be? So the two probably went back to their rooms. Let's figure out where Hiro and Toko are. Toko, I think, is like straight down the stretch. And Hiro's like around the bend. Yeah. This should be Toko.
who's there?
An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Yeah, it is the reused image from Chapter 2. You correct,
Hey,
Duck
I
Game.
was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. I don't like the word slithered there. Like a little sneaky sneak. Wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Suspicious. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my okay. So I guess we just have to assume that she was asked to meet with Sakura, but we can't necessarily prove it yet. How are we going to prove it as a fact? And let's go find Hiro. Oh, we're going to have to examine probably Sakura's room in a second.
You know?
Actually, I just wanted to check on something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
Got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
Haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again, shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that was all there was to it. So the same candy wrapper that we found at the crime scene is in Hero's pocket. Very suspicious. So I've heard from Toko and Hero. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the rec room floor. Sure, it must have come from the chem lab. So where do I start? So let's start at the chem lab, I guess. See if we can teleport there, because it's going to be a lot of walking. I'm not a fan of teleporting typically, but it's the 4th floor, right? Byakuya's already in the chem lab. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Let's talk to Byakuya first. So did you find out anything? Somehow I could sense him saying, leave me alone without him even having to say it. I guess we check the cabinets. This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Probably should get a closer look at it. Huh. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf, but more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? Have to be careful not to step in it. Is that poisson? Looks like poisson to me. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Ooh. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right. It could only have been spilt around the time of the incident. If that is really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And there are footprints as well. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole when you need to sketch out the floor plan? By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me. So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Fortunately. With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints really are a valuable clue. And let's see what's missing from the utmost shelf in the A cabinet. What's on the shelf? All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh, but wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Do I check out all the different cabinets? It's probably Chem C9, I bet. Because C4 is on the floor, C9 is in the cabinet. One look I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. And then B is what? On this shelf is... looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How long have you lived in ignorance for so long? How could you have lived in ignorance for so long? It must be truly a bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Savage. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now we need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with letter B and a number. I also realized I turned off the Danganronpa graphic. I'll turn it back on right now. It's not really that great of a graphic, but I like it. Oh god. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like I split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section 3 has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem shelf has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. First to check out this area. What else do I have to check out? The powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Probably should have a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in this powder have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe we should take another look around the rec room. To the rec room we go. It's the second floor, I believe, that has the rec room, right? Third floor? Yes, third floor. Where do I go? This way? No. I took the wrong exit.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? Told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her, but it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look over them one more time. Okay, so let's start with the magazine rack. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is, on one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
What? They're not going to do a bloody message twice in one game. There's no way. It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. There's no shot. A dying message, but just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. I was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, it says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. It's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me think that... If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Monokuma bottles she wanted us to check out. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. Probably because there's 2 of them missing. So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'll be sure to find it. Oh, it's different chess pieces. Pawn, rook. Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is? I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook. So 2 of them are missing, and there's a different chess piece in each bottle. Also, actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's been bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess around with the crime scene like that?
doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so... Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I don't really know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. What kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words,
We got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's
In
balanced,
other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight. Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be... Okay, Bricky, sounds good. Either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
so
there.
then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. The broken pieces are heavier? Wait, what? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Huh. Monokuma bottle experiment is added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm going to ponder that for a second. Why would the bottles be heavier broken? It's not like there was additional glass. It's not like there was any additional substance around the Monokuma bottles. Could there have been something inside the bottles, like air? Or like a poisson? Could there be poisson in the bottles or something? Isn't there gas that's like lighter than air? Could it easily been in one of the bottles? These could all easily be poison bottles. We just did not know it. It's not like Monokuma wouldn't hide more poison in different places, you know. I'm very focused on poison being the method of killing right now, but it's because of the protein drink and going to the chem lab room. Like, poison seems to be like on the menu for this chapter. Figuring out how the poisons were used in correlation to everything else. I mean, her only injury was a blow to the head. So the blow to the head was the bottle. But could the bottle have been poisoned as well? Like poisoned glass or poisoned air in the bottle? Then why would the killer not have been poisoned? Why is there a handprint in the locker? Was someone hiding in the locker? I don't know. A lot of mysteries floating around here. But that is just some thoughts that I got floating around. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there's still some times... Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
It's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Oh! Her shoes!
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
See,
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
Would seem
It would appear she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. So, she got double concussed. 2 blows. Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her wounds, both of her hands are spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
it's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, ding dong bing bong! It's ding dong bing bong time, everybody! Bing bong bing bong!
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is only still half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. We're going to save quickly because I have a penchant for saving at the wrong times and not saving when I should be. So we're going to save over save slot 15. Wow, only 6 of us left. That's crazy, dude. Crazy. Craziness. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to gather. And then, the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery. What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, if you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD. This is just plain creepy. Now, how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? I don't know what that face is called. He's right. That does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. Ooh, I think it's an ooh face. I'll see you all down there. Energy cheer. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Let's go through these doors and do it. Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few, you must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault that we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill, find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Do you want to save data? Yes, please. Alright, guys. that is going to be the end of this YouTube video. YouTube, if you enjoyed this episode of Coleford Plays Danganronpa Triggered Happy Havoc, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe in the YouTube comment section that's located right down below. It truly means a lot to us whenever you do so. Your feedback, good and bad, goes to making these episodes the best possible they can be. We always appreciate hearing what you like and don't like about the videos. Let us know right down below. Other than that, have a great rest of your day. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself, first and foremost. And have a great rest of your day. We'll see you real soon for more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Bye-bye. Ta-ta. Farewell.